What happens when a super baby gets locked in a hellish prison? Well, a giant snake gets yeeted, of course. What's up, everybody? Today we're going to take a look at Absolute Wonder Woman number 1. It's part of the new Absolute universe that DC has just introduced. So far we've gotten Batman and Wonder Woman, so of course Superman is next to drop. We'll also be doing a video on the Batman issue, but in the meantime, you really should check out the Absolute Batman video over on Comics Explained. He did an excellent breakdown, and I'll leave a link in the description so you can check that out. As for Absolute Wonder Woman, let's get to it. This issue opens with the large upside-down pyramid floating over the water near Gateway City. No one is really sure why or how it got there, but it's drawn the attention of the media, and just in time because all hell is about to break loose. With cameras rolling, these vile, winged creatures known as Harbingers begin pouring out of the pyramid. They're destroying the city, they're attacking civilians, just causing general chaos. That's when another player enters the match, adorned in black and red armor, riding atop a skeletal Pegasus. She swoops in, swinging her massive blade, cleaving a bloody path through the creatures, then drops to the ground and removes her helmet. This is when we start to notice something different. Diana reaches down, puts her hand in the blood of the fallen, and then paints her face with it, and begins to recite an incantation. Suddenly, a flare of power emanates from her bracelets, repelling the onslaught of Harbingers. Yes, Absolute Wonder Woman uses magic. Now we just need to take a trip back and figure out how she got here. In the not-so-distant past, the Wild Owl of Hell was used as a prison to hold the sorceress Circe. One day when she was gathering what little resources she could find, she was visited by Apollo, who presented her with a baby. We learn through their conversation that this is baby Diana and that she is the last of the Amazons. He also decrees that Circe is banned from ever saying the word Amazon ever again, so the child could never learn who she is. Before Apollo can leave, Circe asks him what would happen if the baby died, but Apollo just straight up said, "No one fucking cares." Okay, he didn't say it like that, but he might as well had. So now Circe is left alone with this baby who no one could really give a damn about, with very few rules. So she just drops the baby over onto a mound of dirt and waits for nature to take its course, but that's not exactly what happened. Circe watches as a snake approaches, poised to attack, but when it does, baby Diana catches it mid-strike. She then yeets the snake into the distance. Yes, she yeeted a snake. This piqued Circe's interest, and she decides instead to do the right thing and raise the child. As years pass, Circe and Diana manage to turn the barren wasteland into a progressively more livable abode. Circe uses her magic to provide resources, and as for the child, with age comes curiosity. So Circe teaches her as best she can about the magic they can access. Now as Diana approaches adulthood, she becomes more like Circe's protector, having honed her superhuman abilities. This is when Circe begins to realize that one day soon she'll have to let Diana go out into the world on her own. Now that we understand how Diana became who she is, we jump back to the present where we find her urging the military to evacuate civilians from the area. As she is doing so, the pyramid opens and we get our first look at Harbinger Prime. Harbinger Prime is basically just a massive version of the smaller flying creatures. Now, not being one to back down, Diana stands before the beast, defiantly delivering a short monologue before Pegasus swoops in to distract Harbinger Prime. Diana uses the distraction to cast another incantation, but before she is able to finish the spell, she is blasted back by energy beams from the creature's eyes. Harbinger Prime then reawakens all of the smaller Harbingers, which continue their assault on the civilians. Having revived all the fallen, Prime turns his focus back to Diana, attempting to blast her repeatedly with his eye beams. However, she manages to escape thanks to her swiftness, even using her bracelets to reflect a blast back into the beast's face, which, as we would expect, enrages the monster. Harbinger Prime quickly retaliates with another blast, this time knocking Diana back onto the beach, where she's bounced like a rock being skipped across a glassy pond. We now flash back in time once again to Diana asking Circe about a word that she can feel in her heart but doesn't understand. Now remember, Apollo took away Circe's ability to speak the word Amazon ever again, so instead, Circe explains that Diana's people were once protectors of the world, and encourages Diana to speak the word that she feels in her heart for herself. Compelled by Cersei, Diana proclaims herself an Amazon over and over again. Now we also see the Diana of the present proclaiming it as well as she approaches Harbinger, announcing that as long as she draws breath, this world will not be his. All in all, I thought this was a good introduction to Absolute Wonder Woman, and I can't wait to check out more from the Absolute universe. So until next time, thanks for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to Dot Comics for more.